Hello, car enthusiast. Thinking about investing in a Toyota SUV in 2025? Hold on. Before spending your hard-earned money, you need to know this. Not everything that seems reliable actually is. Some models might disappoint big time, whether in performance, comfort, or even safety. Today, I'm going to reveal 4 Toyota SUVs you should avoid at all costs. So stick with me until the end because this information might save you from making the wrong choice. Starting with the Toyota CHR, a subcompact SUV that at first glance seems appealing. It boasts a modern and bold design, is compact enough for urban environments, and comes equipped with a 2.0L 4-cylinder engine delivering up to 144 horsepower. Sounds good on paper, but the issues start where it matters most, in real-world performance. The CHR's performance leaves much to be desired. This SUV takes over 11 seconds to reach 0 to 60 mph, making it one of the slowest vehicles in its class. For a car that's supposed to offer practicality and confidence, this sluggishness becomes a critical problem. Imagine the challenge of overtaking or merging onto a busy highway. In such situations, it becomes evident how a lack of performance affects not just comfort, but also safety. Additionally, the CVT transmission in this model exacerbates the issues. Whenever the engine is pushed, the noise increases dramatically, creating an unrefined driving experience. This constant droning noise ruins the joy of driving and raises concerns about the long-term durability of this type of transmission. It doesn't stop there. The CHR's design, which should be a highlight, turns into a double-edged sword. The sloping roofline and small rear windows severely compromise visibility. Parking, changing lanes, or simply having a clear sense of your surroundings becomes significantly more difficult. This limitation is not just annoying, but could increase the risk of accidents, especially in tight urban spaces. Interior space is another weak point. Despite being an SUV, the CHR disappoints in accommodating passengers and luggage. The rear seats offer limited legroom and headroom, particularly for taller passengers. And if you're someone who likes to carry a lot in the trunk, you'll be let down. It's small and impractical, especially compared to other models in its class. Now, moving on to an even more controversial SUV, the Toyota BZ4X, the brand's entry into the fully electric vehicle market. This model launched with high expectations, but unfortunately, failed to deliver on its promises. Equipped with a 71.4 kWh battery, it offers an estimated range of about 200 miles. Sounds interesting, right? But compared to direct rivals like the Tesla Model Y and Hyundai Ioniq 5, this number is underwhelming. For an EV launched in 2025, much more was expected. If the range is already limited, the charging time makes things worse. The BZ4X has a charging speed far below expectations, meaning more time plugged in and less time on the road. Imagine planning a long trip and having to make frequent stops because the battery can't keep up with the efficiency of other electric models on the market. This makes the BZ4X a less practical choice for anyone seeking a functional and reliable EV. But the worst part is yet to come. In 2022, Toyota faced a serious crisis with the BZ4X, resulting in the recall of approximately 2,700 units. The reason? A critical defect that could cause the wheels to detach while driving. Yes, you read that correctly. This issue was severe enough to temporarily halt production and sales of the model. Although Toyota resolved the problem, confidence in the model was shaken, and many consumers still view the BZ4X as a potential risk. Moreover, recent reports indicate that the 2025 model received below-average reliability ratings from organizations like Consumer Reports. This raises doubts about the SUV's long-term durability and safety, characteristics that should be non-negotiable in any vehicle, especially an EV. To top it off, the interior finish and driving experience are unimpressive, making other Toyota options, like the Lexus RX, seem like much better choices. Another Toyota SUV that deserves attention, but not for the best reasons, is the Toyota Urban Cruiser. Despite its name evoking the iconic Land Cruiser, this model is much more modest and focused on urban use. At first glance, it might seem like an appealing option for those seeking a compact and affordable SUV. However, as you delve deeper, issues start to surface, making it clear that this is not the best choice within Toyota's lineup, or even within the compact SUV segment. The Urban Cruiser is powered by a 1.5L 4-cylinder engine, delivering just 102 horsepower. On paper, this might seem adequate for urban driving, but in practice it proves insufficient in many everyday scenarios. Picture trying to merge onto a busy highway or climb a hill with a loaded car. The engine feels like it's constantly struggling to keep up, which can lead to frustration for the driver. This limited performance also impacts the sense of safety. An SUV is expected to inspire confidence in various scenarios, but the urban cruiser falls short in this regard. Even under moderate acceleration, the car seems to strain excessively, highlighting its lack of capability for more demanding tasks. This lack of power also diminishes the overall driving experience, making the vehicle less dynamic and less enjoyable to drive. Many consumers praise the urban cruiser's fuel efficiency, and while that's true under ideal conditions, it changes significantly under strain. When faced with uphill drives or high-speed travel, the fuel economy drops noticeably. This means that the urban cruiser's biggest selling point, its efficiency, fails when you need it most. Perhaps the most concerning aspect of the urban cruiser is its safety performance. Unlike other Toyota SUVs, which generally have a strong reputation in this area, the urban cruiser delivers disappointing crash test results. In the Euro NCAP tests, for instance, it received just 3 stars, a score below expectations for a Toyota vehicle. This suggests subpar protection in the event of an accident, a difficult compromise to accept in an SUV. Additionally, the urban cruiser is notoriously lacking in advanced driver assistance technologies. While competitors offer features like automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, and blind spot monitoring, the urban cruiser lags far behind. It feels outdated, ignoring features that have become standard in the market. Interior space is another weak point. Despite being an SUV, its compact dimensions compromise passenger comfort, especially for those in the rear seats. If you're looking for generous cargo space, you'll be disappointed. The trunk is more reminiscent of a hatchback than a proper SUV. This makes the urban cruiser a challenging choice for families or anyone needing a versatile vehicle for everyday use. The overall sense of quality in the urban cruiser also leaves much to be desired. For example, the interior finish feels basic, with materials that come across as cheap and far from the standard expected from Toyota. While this might not be a deal breaker at first, over time, the lack of attention to detail becomes apparent, especially when compared to other models in Toyota's lineup. The truth is that the urban cruiser fails to deliver on its promises. It's supposed to be a reliable and efficient compact SUV, but it falls short in nearly every aspect. It's not a complete disaster. It has some positives, like fuel efficiency in urban settings and a competitive starting price. However, given the alternatives available in the market, it's hard to justify choosing this model. If you're looking for a reliable compact SUV with good value, you're better off considering alternatives within Toyota's own lineup, such as the Corolla Cross, which offers a much more balanced package in terms of performance, safety, and comfort. Now we've reached the final SUV on the list, but that doesn't mean it's any less problematic. We're talking about the Toyota Venza, a mid-size hybrid SUV that initially appears to offer an appealing combination of efficiency and style. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that the Venza fails to deliver on its promise of being a balanced option in the hybrid SUV market. The Toyota Venza is powered by a 2.5L 4-cylinder engine paired with electric motors, producing a total output of 219 horsepower. This hybrid system is primarily aimed at fuel efficiency, and in this regard, it performs well, with a combined average of up to 39 miles per gallon, approximately 16.6 km/L. Unfortunately, efficient fuel consumption doesn't make up for the numerous issues that make this model less attractive. One of the first criticisms of the Venza is its interior space. Despite being a mid-size SUV, the cabin is surprisingly cramped, especially for rear seat passengers. Legroom and headroom are limited, making long trips uncomfortable for taller adults. Additionally, the cargo space falls short of expectations for a vehicle in this class, further reducing its versatility. For those looking for a family SUV or extra storage for luggage, the Venza quickly becomes a frustrating choice. Another disappointing aspect is the driving experience. While the Venza offers a comfortable ride, its handling is lackluster. The chassis feels disconnected, resulting in an uninspiring and unresponsive driving experience. For drivers who value a dynamic experience behind the wheel, the Venza may feel boring and even disappointing. Additionally, the 2.5L engine can be noisy when pushed, which contradicts the idea of a quiet, refined hybrid SUV. Even the Venza's technological features, which should be a strong point, end up being a mixed bag. The model includes advanced features like a 12.3-inch infotainment screen and an electrochromic panoramic sunroof. These elements create an initial impression of luxury, but the functionality of some of these systems doesn't always meet expectations. For example, the multimedia interface can be confusing and unintuitive, leading to daily frustrations. Another major criticism of the Venza is the lack of a real differentiator compared to other Toyota models. It shares many components with the RAV4 Hybrid, which offers nearly everything the Venza does but with more interior space, slightly better performance, and a lower price point. This begs the question, why choose the Venza when the RAV4 Hybrid provides more for less? Pricing is another factor that cannot be overlooked. The Toyota Venza is positioned as a premium SUV, but many consumers feel it doesn't deliver enough to justify its higher cost. When compared to other hybrids on the market, such as the Honda CR-V hybrid or even models from more luxurious brands, the Venza seems to offer less for a similar price. This makes it difficult to recommend, especially for buyers seeking the best value for their money. Of course, reliability, a hallmark of Toyota, cannot be ignored. While the Venza hasn't had major issues so far, some concerns have arisen about its long-term durability, particularly regarding its hybrid system. While other Toyota hybrids, such as the RAV4 hybrid, have a solid track record of reliability, the Venza is still building its reputation, and for many consumers, that isn't reassuring enough. In the end, the Toyota Venza ends up being an SUV that falls short in several areas. It aims to be efficient but sacrifices space and practicality. It strives for comfort but delivers a lifeless driving experience. And it tries to position itself as a premium option but lacks the features or uniqueness to justify its price. See how important it is to be careful before choosing your next SUV. Now you know which Toyota models to avoid in 2025 to steer clear of headaches. But tell me in the comments, have you ever had any experience with these SUVs, or do you have any questions? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And before you go, don't forget to click on the video that's about to pop up on your screen. It'll show you the best SUVs for 2025, the models that are truly worth your money and offer everything you need: safety, performance, and innovation. You can't miss it, because making the right choice can make all the difference in your driving experience. See you there!